Dear students, hope all are doing well. Today, I am going to discuss tissue processing for histology or histopathology. What is tissue processing? Dear all, before discussing the tissue processing, let me discuss some common terminologies used in histology or histopathology. What is histology? In Greek, histo means tissues and logy means study. That is, studying the tissues with the help of microscope. Now what is histopathology? Again, in Greek, patho means disease. Studying diseased or pathological tissues with the help of microscope. Next, what is biopsy in histopathology? The tissue samples from the living being in the form of whole or part or tissues from the organ. Usually, tissues are acquired from surgical table or minor OT procedures. What is autopsy? Autopsy is the opposite of a biopsy. How? Samples are taken from dead bodies in the form of organs or tissue samples. For example, the samples are obtained from the post-mortem tissues, burial ground tissues, or from the victim's site. Now, how to do histology or histopathology examinations? Number 1 is receive the biopsy or autopsy tissue samples. Number 2 is fixation of tissues. 3 is grossing. 4 is tissue processing. 5. The slide preparation and staining. And finally, 6 is microscopic examination. What is grossing in tissue processing? Grossing is also known as tissue gross processing or gross pathology. It involves tissue sample examination, measuring and dissection for microscopic tissues. Grossing can be done either before or after fixation of the tissue processing. Hi scholars! Let's start the today's topic. What are the critical steps in tissue processing? Number 1 is fixation. 2 is dehydration. 3. Clearing. 4. Infiltration. 5. Embedding. 6. Section cutting. 7. Deparaffinization. 8. Hydration. 9. Staining. 10. Mounting slide. And finally, 11 is examination of slides. In the histology lab, the tissue processing can be done either manually or with the help of an automated tissue processor. Please see the illustrations showing the manual methods of tissue processing. On the other hand, the automated tissue processor is a machine that automatically performs various steps such as fixation, dehydration, clearing, and impregnation of tissue specimens. It improves efficiency, accuracy, and plays a crucial role in histopathology, research, and education. Only thing is that the lab technician or pathologist must load all the chemicals needed and timer should be set. Why do we need fixation in tissue processing? The main purpose of the fixation is to prevent the tissue from autolysis, which means self-destruction of the tissue. The fixatives are chemical agents used for fixation, are to prevent it from bacterial putrefaction, otherwise called as decaying. In addition, the fixatives maintain the cellular structures. The common fixatives used in histopathology are formaldehyde, glutaraldehyde, mercuric chloride, potassium dichromate, picric acid, osmium tetroxide, acetic acid, ethanol, acetone, chromic acid, and so on. Commonly used fixative in the lab is 40% formalin, which is an aqueous solution of formaldehyde. Next is dehydration in tissue processing. Dehydration means removal of water. It is a step in tissue processing that removes water from the fixed tissues. It is necessary to prepare tissue for embedding in non-aqueous media like paraffin wax because the wax is immiscible in water. The commonest dehydrating agents used in tissue processing are 1 is graded alcohols, that is 50%, 70%, 90% alcohols follow 3 changes of absolute alcohol or ethanol. 2 is either acetone or dioxane can be used but costlier than the former. Dehydration follows the clearing. Why do we need clearing steps in tissue processing? As with water, wax does not mix with alcohol. Before wax penetration, tissue residual alcohol must be eliminated. So, clearing steps should be adopted. A cleaning agent must be miscible in both alcohol and paraffin wax. Effective cleaning agents enhance the refractive index of the tissue. Commonest clearing agents used in tissue processing are xylene, chloroform, toluene, methyl benzoate, methyl salicylate, benzene, cedar wood oil and citrus fruit oils. Routinely used clearing agent is xylene, which gives good clearing and less tissue shrinkage. But it is supposed to be toxic and carcinogenic. Next, we are going to discuss the important steps is wax infiltration. After clearing, the tissue is placed in liquefied paraffin wax, whose melting point is 56 to 58 degrees centigrade. Infiltration is the step where xylene is replaced with molten wax, which infiltrates the tissue. Usually, 3 changes of wax are advisable. After infiltration, the tissue is ready to be transferred to an embedding station. Now, what is embedding? Embedding means fixing an object firmly in a surrounding mass. Embedding is the process in which the tissues are enclosed in a mass of the embedding medium using a Lockhart or L mold. The L molds are L-shaped brass metal molds that are reusable and may be adjusted to make different sizes of wax blocks. Nowadays, the laboratories use plastic embedding rings instead of L mold. Commonly used embedding media in histopathology labs are paraffin wax, celloidin, synthetic resins, gelatin, etc. Dear students, please refer to the provided illustration. Select the appropriate L mold or embedding rings, ensuring adequate space for the tissue with minimum surrounding margin of 3 to 4 mm of wax against the large glass base plate. Fill the mold with paraffin wax. Using heated forceps to extract the tissue from the wax infiltration vessel. Promptly position the tissue in the mold, corresponding to the side designated for sectioning. Exert gentle pressure to secure the tissue against the base plate. Allow the wax to reach room temperature and permit it to solidify. After a while, extract the molds from the wax block. It is necessary to attach a label indicating the type of tissue, along with the patient's name or identification number. Finally, what is section cutting? Sectioning is the procedure of slicing tissue into tiny sections measuring 3 to 5 microns. The tissue is usually encased in paraffin before sectioning, necessitating the trimming of the paraffin surrounding the tissue block, which is then affixed to a tissue holder and mounted on the microtome. What is microtome? Microtome is a mechanical device for cutting uniform sections of tissue of appropriate thickness in microns. Micro means micron or micrometer and tomi means cut. Common types of microtomes available in tissue processing are 1. Rotary microtome, 2. Sliding microtome, 3. Freezing microtome, 4. Sledge microtome and 5. Cryostat or refrigerated microtome. Commonly used microtome in histopathology lab is rotary microtome. Now everything is over. What is next? In conventional section cutting using rotary microtome. First, clamp the paraffin embedded tissue on a rotary microtome and place the microtome blade in blade holder. 2 is, turn the hand wheel and section the specimen. 3. Transfer the paraffin section ribbon to the warm water bath whose temperature is 38.5 degrees centigrade. 4. Pick up the section onto the albumin-coated glass slides from the water bath after unfolding or absence of wrinkles. Finally, number 5 is, place the slides in upright position and dry the slides in room temperature for 12 hours or in oven at 42 degrees centigrade or at least 6 to 12 hours. Kindly refer to the illustration for your convenience. Conventional tissue processing for histological or histopathological reporting has been completed. I trust that everyone understood. Continue to consult your textbooks for further information, and it is essential to always communicate with your laboratory technician or pathologists, since the methods and timings may be modified for normal practical applications. What is next? Staining is the next step after the tissue processing. I will explain the staining in forthcoming video. Dear students, Please like my channel, comment, share and subscribe. Good day, all.